Hey guys, Jeff Lewis from Lewis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab here. Wanted to talk to you today about one of the assessments we do for all of our baseball players, especially pitchers that come through our door, and that is the single leg squat. So a lot of times, especially in the gym, guys are used to doing some type of double leg squat pattern, whether it's through a leg press, a barbell back squat, a trap bar deadlift. While these are all good movements that we want to do for building double leg strength, that single leg strength is just as, if not more important for baseball players, again, especially pitchers. So the single leg squat, why do we like to look at it? Essentially, every time that you're pushing off the mound, especially for your drive leg, you're doing some form of a single leg squat. It's not going to be a full normal single leg squat that you see in a gym, but it's a similar movement pattern. So with a single leg squat, I'll have guys do upwards of 10 to 15 reps. There's not a whole lot of benefit to just doing one rep because we're not just making one throw, we're making continuous throws, especially for pitchers. So we want to look at about 10 to 15 reps, seeing how can they keep solid alignment or stability throughout that leg, meaning does their knee move sufficiently over their toe? Can they sit into their back hip? Or is it just all leaning forward into that knee with an upright posture? Can they get into that back hip through a sufficient hip hinge? We want to make sure that their ankle can stay on the ground. So how low can they go while keeping their full foot and heel on the ground? A lot of times, guys with limited ankle mobility will, as they go forward, that heel will pop up off the ground, which we don't necessarily want. And then another piece that we look at is the overall leg stability. So can that knee stay tracked over that foot, mainly that first and second toe, as they're going down into that single leg squat? Or is it the minute that they initiate that single leg squat, that knee caves in and they start to lose power falling in? So again, in that case, in terms of how it relates to pushing off the mound, we want to make sure that we are driving off the mound and we're keeping that transfer of energy the entire time from that drive leg up to our core, upper body, and eventually our arm. If guys have a tendency to lose that optimal alignment in that knee, you could essentially be losing energy or force as you're pushing off the mound. And then the last thing we'll like to look at is, what does their trunk positioning look like? As they go down into a single leg squat, does their trunk collapse forward? Are they super upright, or are they able to keep the ideal 45-degree angle for the trunk? So again, this is why, one of many reasons as to why I have all of our baseball players, especially pitchers, go through some type of single leg squat assessment. We can get a good idea of how do they move globally, and then dive in a little bit more locally in terms of how does their hip move, how does their ankle move, how does their low back, thoracic spine move. So it serves as a good way from a top-down approach. If you have a single leg squat, then we can build out into a couple different areas of what we want to go about. So if you found this content helpful and you want to see more content for baseball players and other throwing athletes, go ahead and subscribe below, or you can check out some of our ebooks with more information down below.